What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammett, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as Mental Healness, and welcome to another episode of Dear Mental Healness. In this series, I take subscriber stories and I break them down. I give them advice and I give them my perspective on their stories that they sent in to me via email. Today's story is about a 3-year hoover. They broke up, he picked somebody else and whatnot. He came back 3 years later. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. So y'all, let's get into this thing right here. So I'm gonna put the story right here. I'm going to break it down later. I'm gonna read the story first and break it down later. So stay tuned right here. Hello, I'm 33 years old and my narcissistic person moved on 3 years ago. Only because he found a new victim. He was going back and forth between us at first until I got tired and gave up. Well, good for you for giving up. Fast forward to a few weeks ago. I had a conversation on the phone with him. He told me that he is just chilling. He has 3 houses and doesn't drink anymore. He doesn't drink anymore. Mind you, when we were together, I went through his phone and saw a conversation with a female. And he also told her he had 3 houses and 2 cars. But I was the one with the house and 2 cars. The other houses must have been his grandmother's and another female's. So I told him I still drank a little because I know he was only saying he didn't drink because someone told him that I didn't drink anymore. So when I told him that, he said, well, I drink too sometimes. Meet me at the bar. I'll buy you a few drinks. Interesting. I did. So the next 3-4 days, he was trying to love bomb me, calling and texting every day. One day he even called and said, I haven't heard from you today. So I was just calling to check in on you. I didn't know we were supposed to talk every day. One night I stayed the night. The next morning I woke up and he said he is getting me comfortable. I gotta stop this. I gotta stop this. So the next night he called me at 2 a.m. I told him I was in for the night. 2 a.m. Goodness gracious. I called him the next day. He said he was at work until midnight, but he will call me on break. He never called. So the next day I called him. He didn't pick up. An hour later, I texted him. He did not respond. Ghosted me. I feel like he only ghosted me because I didn't jump up and come to him at 2 a.m. the other night. He always wants someone available 24/7, but he can come and go as he wants. There's double standards. Cool. So I never called him or texted him again. A week later, around noon, my phone rang twice, then hang up. It's his number. My question was that, what was the purpose of that? To let me know he purposely haven't called me back or responded to my text, or to have me thinking about him? Because I don't see how after a week he accidentally called my phone, but I never called the number back or nothing. I'm kind of upset. I even let him talk me into spending a couple days with him. I know narcissistic people love control, and I let him know, no, I'm not going to jump when you call or blow up your phone wondering why he ghosted me. I've played his mind games too long, and I just checked the old victim's page on Facebook. She had his baby. Wow. She is going crazy that he isn't around. I only check her page to remind me of what I don't want to relive again. Narcissist people are exhausting. I almost lost it, but I made it out with no kids. He has 10 plus kids, and I'm sticking to it. I just wish he forgot about me. Woo, y'all, get ready for the breakdown. Oh my goodness, y'all. This one right here. This is the 10 kids? 10. You waited until the end to say that? Y'all, oh my goodness. Y'all was fighting over. Okay. 3-year relationship. He found a new supply. So number one, he already had a new supply. Y'all were competing. You and the new supply were competing for this man who probably had 7, 8, 9 kids at this time. Y'all were sometimes when you're dealing with a narcissistic person and a new supply and y'all are being like triangulated against each other, one of y'all wants to win. One of y'all wants to feel like you don't want the other person to win, so you stay and you deal with it. But you said you gave up and walked away from it. So 3 years goes by, and I tell y'all, so number 2, 3 years after y'all break up, here comes the hoover. I tell this to people all the time. There is no time limit on when a narcissist will hoover you. There's no time. There's no set time scale or limit or whatever when they will reach out to you and try to contact you and get in touch with you and things like that. They can do it like 3 years, 7 years. It doesn't matter. I've talked to people 20 years later on Facebook, things like that. There's no time limit on it when they will reach out. But this is the thing right here, y'all. time is not an apology. I know y'all hear me say that all the time, but past time is not an apology. Y'all be thinking just because enough time has went by that this person has changed or whatnot. But it seems like you knew a lot of stuff, like so you personally, it seemed like you knew a lot of stuff that he had going on. And it's just kind of like you turned a blind eye to it. Like, I feel like you caught him in a couple of lies when he was talking to him. Because number 3 says he was lying about houses he didn't have. You said you saw that same story in the phone he told somebody else. So probably lying on this thing too. So it sounded like you saw it and you still like went into it. Y'all got to start, look, if you don't want to be with this type of person, cut them off. Don't allow them back into your life, because like sometimes y'all you do this. I call it being eyes wide shut. You see the red flags, you've seen that lie before, and you just like, okay, maybe he's changed over these last 3 years. Maybe he does have 3 houses now and 10 kids. So you said you don't drink. You said you still drink, but he initially told you that he doesn't drink anymore. But all of a sudden you said I still drink, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I still drink too. You said how you noticed that. You wrote it down. You noticed that he said he didn't drink at first, but then you do. I was saying, oh, I drink sometimes. I'm not abstinent. I didn't take away the alcohol. Meet me at the bar. That just kind of shows you that narcissistic people use the stuff that you tell them against you. You give them the blueprint. You give them the blueprint to manipulate you. Oh, I do drink. They try to become you. That's just him mirroring you back, telling you what you want to hear. You know, then number 5 says he love bombed you, start taking up your time, effort, and energy and stuff like that. I'm assuming y'all clap cheeks because you said you spent the night at his house, and then the next morning y'all had some sweet cheek clapping pillow talk where he said, oh, you getting too comfortable. You know, I'm getting you too comfortable. I got to stop this. So in that instance right there, I'm getting you too comfortable. I got to stop this. When narcissists say that, I tell y'all, they tell you their intentions all the time. They tell you what they're going to do to you all the time. They just do. To this point right here, he's just like, it's coming to an end. You mean he's warming you up to like, you're not gonna be spending the night too much, that type of stuff right there, or that he's getting ready to discard you. So the next night he calls you at 2 a.m. Those are witching hours. Those are what's going on at 2 a.m. I know he didn't have a flat tire. I know he didn't need some gas money. Those are cheek clapping hours. You hear he could probably hear. He called you at 2 a.m. and he probably thought he thought he heard the pitter patter of little cheeks getting clapped, and then you denied him. Narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever, hate rejection. They hate being rejected. So you rejected him at 2 a.m. He probably mad as hell. So the next day he ghosts you or whatever. He doesn't talk to you anymore. He just kind of goes ghost on you. And I tell this to people all the time. Like I say, the double standards do exist. You don't get to deny them, but they can deny you. So now he wants you to want him. You know, he wants to be chased. Narcissistic people want you to chase after them. So yeah, you're calling and texting him. As long as you're calling and texting him, he doesn't have to say or do anything because he thinks you still want him. You're still on the shelf for him because you're still calling him and texting him. You see what I mean? As long as you're doing that, he doesn't have to call or text you back because you still want him. But then you said you stopped. You stopped reaching out to him. So all of a sudden you get 2 mysterious calls, pocket dials, where he calls you and hangs up on you. Now he's trying to get you to chase him again. He wants to make sure that he's still on your mind. He wants you to think about him and reach out to him. Oh, did you call me? Hey, did you call me? I got 2 missed calls from you. I didn't call you. What are you talking about? Nobody called you, girl. Anybody bothering you? Ain't nobody called you. Bye. Hang up on you and go ghost again. Good thing you didn't do that. You know what I mean? So then you say you checked out the new supplies page. Let me rewind it real quick. When you don't reach out to them, they think you're trying to replace them. That's why he pocket dialed you twice. You know what I mean? Then you said number 10, you said you checked the new supply page and she had his baby and is going crazy that he's not around. Surprise, surprise, surprise. This is what blows my mind. Y'all already knew he had 10 kids. Explain to me what's the what's the attraction of someone who has 9, 10 kids? You know what I mean? You knew he already had 9+ when you got with him. So I just feel like, I'm not telling y'all not to talk to people with that many kids, but a man with that many kids is just running around, just running rampant, is not with none of his baby mamas or none of his ex-wives. That's just wild right there. You know what I mean? To me, that's a red beacon. That ain't even a red flag. That's a red beacon in a red sheet with a red bed, red sheet, red comforter, red blanket. Don't do that, y'all. I'm not saying don't do it, but like, dear Lord, 9 kids, 10 plus. You said 10 plus. That don't mean you don't know all of them. Jesus. But like I said, the new supply, she wanted to win, and guess what? She got her prize. It seemed like a deadbeat daddy that she fought and clawed for to beat you out for. The new supply thinks that they're winning their prize. They just hold on to these toxic men and toxic women because they want to win. I just won. Yay. What? I just won. I won. What do I get? A baby, and the other parent's not going to be around? Damn. This doesn't seem like I thought it was in a gold medal. This is a bronze. This is a gold-plated medal. It ain't even real metal. I'll keep on fighting for these narcissists. You're going to end up looking silly. Now you said you wish that he would, the end of it, you said, I wish that he would just forget me. Well, guess what? He's not going to forget you. It's not over and done with yet. But if he can wait 3 years to wait you out and come back into the picture, he can do it again. And you said earlier that the reason he knew you did, you said he reached, so he has contact with one of your friends. And earlier you said that somebody told him that you didn't drink. So who's the connect right there? Who's the flying monkey going back there spreading information and things like that to this person? Toxic person with 10 plus kids. 10 plus, y'all. 10 plus. So my advice is block the person. If you don't want to deal with him, block him. Block her. Block the new supply. You saw what you don't want. Do you want it? You're 33 years old now, and society is convincing you that you're a ticking time clock. So you're like, oh, he's fertile. He got 9, 10 kids. Maybe I could be baby mama number 12, 13, 14. At least I'll get a baby. No, don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's my advice to y'all today. If y'all want to send your story in to me, like I said, this was short and sweet to the point. I like that. Thank you so much for sending this in. Send it to me at dearmentalhealness@gmail.com. Keep it short and sweet. Condense it as much as possible. You see, this is 2 screenshots. 2, 3 screenshots, I can do it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, Mental Healness is out. Peace.